where darkness leaves no trace. Make way, make way. Shine a light that I may see before my eternal sleep. Look at me, answer me.
This is God's gift to you. May your soul sing loud and free, 'cause you are a gift to me. My soul holds a holy spark. You can even see it in the dark. Your soul is holy too. Yes, this is what I see in you. Elohai neshama shenatatabi. Elohai neshama shenatatabi tehorahi. Each soul one of a kind,
A little piece of the divine.
when you love what you create.
Your path will illuminate.
Each soul has an offering, a little gift that it can bring. So
Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. All right. We're going to turn to page 24, your prayer book. For those who are visiting, you're from Laverne, is that right? Just to know that the book opens from right to left. Hebrew goes from right to left and not from left to right. So page 24. We're going to start with a little music with Shalom Aleichem as we begin to bring in the spirit of Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Shalom. Malachei Hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Little Adonai with me. Yadadadai. Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. One more Ladadai.
So this Shabbat, we get to celebrate with Addie and her family as she celebrates becoming bat mitzvah. I'd like to invite them up to help us to kindle our Shabbat lights, and then Addie, you'll stay up here after that, so bring up your Siddur. We're going to turn to page 2 and 3 in our prayer book.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Figure out who's good with matches here.
Blessing is on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kireshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikne shel Shabbat.
You may be seated. We turn to pages 20 and 21. And as is our custom here before Lechadodi, we take a few moments to review our week, to go back to the beginning of the week, to pause briefly on each day, on its challenges and on its blessings, and then we'll come back together and sing Lechadodi. So take a moment, Hazarat HaShavua, review of the week. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And they're numbered for your convenience to make it a little easier. When we get to verse 9, I'll ask everybody who can comfortably do so to rise and face the doors from which we entered to welcome the Shabbat presence and the Nishama Yatera, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, into the congregation and into our hearts. For those joining us from home, I invite you to turn towards the doorways of your home to bring in Shabbat. Lechadodi.
Hand clapping, la la line. Anywhere you feel moved to engage is encouraged. Lechadodi likrat kalai alalai 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 ne Shabbat mehekabelah. Lechadodi likrat kalai alalai 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 ne Shabbat mehekabelah. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ish
Shabbat V'Kabela.
Please rise and face the doors from which we entered.
Boi v'shalom Ateret ba'ala Gam v'simcha U'v'sola Toch emunei Am segula Boi
We continue on page 26. We're still standing, if you can comfortably do so, with Chatzi Kaddish, and Addie will lead us. This way.
Yitkadal v'yitkadas Shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Be'amad yirach yirhutei Ve'amlich malhutei B'chayechon uvyom echon U'v'yedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'gala Ba'gala U'vizman kariv
Ve'yimeru
Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam u'lemei Almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabar Yitba'ar v'yiromam v'yitnasei V'yitaldal V'yithalei V'yithalal Shemei Dekudesh B'richu Le'ela min kol beirata v'shirata
Dush bechata v'nechamata Ta'ami iram be'ama Ve'yimeru Amen.
We continue on page 28 with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. First, Addie will read, and then we'll continue singing it together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Lie, la 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 lie. Lie, la 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 lie. Lie, la la lie, 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 la 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 lie, 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 la 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 lie. Ya la 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 lie, 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 ya la la lie, lie. Lie, la 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 lie, lie, lie. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
We continue with the last 3 lines in the Hebrew on page 30, El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam, Tamidim Lo Chaleinu Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Amariv.
Amen. continue with Shema Yisrael on page 34 and 35. Just going to read.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Hero Yisrael, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We continue with Ve'ahavta on page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibartam bam, b'shivtecha, b'veitecha, u'lechtecha b'derech, u'shechbecha, u'vkumecha, u'kshartam le'ot, al yadecha, v'hayu le'totafot, b'neinecha, u'chtavtam, Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim leolechem ani Adonai Elolechem asher noseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lechem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim.
Adonai Elohim, Beth.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land. That the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi Chamocha, our Song of Freedom, page 40.
Chamocha v'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osei v'ele nora tehilot osei v'ele Sefele Malchut Charau Banecham Bokei Ayam Livnei Moshe Umiriam Zeli Anu Yameru Adonai Yimloch L'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed Bimi chamocha Bailim Adonai Bimi chamocha Nedar ba'kodesh Noratehi lo Osei fele Noratehi lo Osei fele Osei fele Emar Kifadadonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Gal Yisrael.
Amen. Page 42, Hashkivenu, we ask the Holy One watch over us and protect us as we go to sleep this evening, that we put our heads down on our pillows with a sense of shalom, a sense of wholeness. We wake up tomorrow, l'chaim, with a sense of purpose in our day. Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha ushmot tzedenu uvoenu ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha ushmot tzedenu uvoenu Hashkivenu l'Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
We give thanks for Shabbat, for the opportunity it gives us to take a breath, to reflect and to connect to our deepest selves, to community, to to the Holy One. Join in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. Ve'niu lein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, עשו את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשו את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn to page 46. Ask everybody who can comfortably do so to please rise, and Addie will lead us.
Adonai sefetai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor veHanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei b'nei Ham, Lema'an Shemo Yehavah, Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaya kol atah, harav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach, u'morid hagashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed, u'chayei hakol berachamim ramim, tomech noflim ve'rofeh holim, u'matir hasurim, u'mekayem emunato, v'shenei afar. Micha mocha bal gevurot, u'midol melach, melech memit, u'mechayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emar ata lechayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye
hakol. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please continue silently with the words of your own heart or the words of the prayer book through page 62, 63. When you're through, you may be seated.
Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and to everybody in Cyberland watching the live stream. I want to, of course, wish Mazel Tov, good luck to Addie and to her family for her pending bat mitzvah tomorrow. Now that we're reading from the book of Exodus, I thought I'd share with you a piece I've played several times, and it's very much a favorite of mine. It is When You Believe from the DreamWorks 1993 animated feature, The Prince of Egypt. In this movie, which freely chronicles the events of the book of Exodus, most specifically the enslavement of the Israelites and their exodus to the Promised Land, the song composed, well, in fact, more than the song, the entire score composed by Stephen Schwartz, more recently the composer of the musical score Wicked, and who incidentally has been in the news lately, was a pop and commercial hit and is best known in a duet version by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. May she rest in peace. This is When You Believe, Stephen Schwartz.
Thank you, Dr. Polvoy. So this week in our liturgical Torah reading cycle, we are at Parshat Bo. Addie could tell you more about it if you have more questions, because she's studied it a little bit. So you can come up to Addie. I'll tell you all about the Torah portion. But Bo brings us to this dramatic climax in the Exodus story. The plagues reach their terrifying end. It's the final 3 plagues in this portion. Pharaoh finally breaks. The Israelites prepare to leave Egypt after centuries of slavery. And yet what is striking is that before the people actually walk out the door, before the sea splits, as we just, when you believe is the Micha Mocha from the Prince of Egypt, right? It's the splitting of the sea. Before the sea splits, before Mount Sinai, even before freedom begins, God pauses the action. God stops the story to talk about memory. Again and again in this Torah portion, we hear the variations of the same command. V'higadta levincha, you shall tell your child on that day. Tell your child what God did for you in Egypt. Tell your child why this night is different. Tell your child the story again and again. It raises a very interesting question. Why now? Why introduce this obligation to teach, to remember, to transmit before the people are even free? Because the Torah understands something essential about human nature. Freedom without memory does not last. You can remove people from oppression, but if you don't shape how they understand their story, the habits of Egypt will follow them out. Liberation is incredibly fragile. Memory is part of what it takes to make it durable. Judaism isn't built on miracles. It is built on telling, on storytelling, on the deliberate, disciplined act of remembering who we were, what we endured, and what that obligates us to become. That's why the Exodus isn't just history, isn't just a narrative, but as we know from Passover, it's also a curriculum. It's not meant to be known once, but to be taught again and again and again. Every generation must hear it as if it happened to them. Bechol dor vador chayav adam lirot et atzmo keilu hu yatsa mimitzrayim. In every generation, each person must see themselves as if they personally came out of Egypt. Because each generation needs its moral compass recalibrated. And here's where Parshat Bo becomes uncomfortably contemporary. The Torah doesn't tell us to remember Egypt so that we feel proud or powerful. It tells us to remember Egypt so that we don't forget what vulnerability feels like. Later in the Torah, this memory becomes the foundation for one of Judaism's most repeated commandments. You shall not oppress the stranger, for you know the heart of the stranger, because you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Not you know what it's like to be a stranger, but you know the heart of the stranger. Judaism insists that memory is not meant to harden us. It is meant to sensitize us. And that matters deeply. We are living in a time when fear is everywhere. Fear of the other, fear of difference, fear of scarcity, fear of losing control. In such moments, communities often retreat inward. Walls feel safer than bridges. Compassion feels risky. Empathy feels exhausting. But the Torah says this is precisely when memory must do its work. Because the Exodus story is not only about our suffering, it's about what suffering teaches us. If our memory leads us only to self-protection, we've missed the point. If it leads us only to defensiveness, then Egypt has followed us out. The command, tell your child, is not just about preserving Jewish identity. It's about transmitting Jewish responsibility. So we tell the story so that our children will know, and so that we will remember that power is never permanent, security is never guaranteed, and therefore dignity must never be conditional. The stranger in our midst, whether the immigrant, the refugee, the outsider, or anyone living on the margins, is not a distraction from Jewish life. They are part of the test of Jewish life. And this is hard because compassion asks something of us. It asks us to balance legitimate fears with moral courage. It asks us to act with nuance in a world that rewards extremes. It asks us to remember that our story began not with strength but with vulnerability, and that our greatness comes from what we do with that memory. Parshat Bo teaches that the work of freedom begins before the chains fall, and the work of justice begins before it feels comfortable. So when we tell our children the story of the Exodus, we're also telling ourselves. And we're not just saying where we came from, we're saying what we expect we should be. We're saying that Jewish survival is not just about continuity, but about conscience. That ritual without responsibility is hollow. That memory without moral action is incomplete. And maybe the most radical teaching of Bo is this: God doesn't wait for the world to be fixed before asking us to teach values. God doesn't wait for certainty before demanding compassion. God doesn't wait for the perfect conditions before commanding responsibility. The people were still in Egypt. They were still slaves when God says, start telling the story now. Because that story itself help shape the future. So may we be a community that tells our stories and also tells the stories of others who live on the margins of our society. Can we tell the stories honestly and courageously and compassionately? May we remember Egypt as a warning and as a call. And may the way we live, the way we care for and stand with the stranger among us, be the truest telling of the story that we pass on. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 253 as our thoughts turn to all of those in our lives, in our community, in our world, in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit.
Mishabeirach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. and let us say, Amen.
We ask for blessings upon Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobak, Rosin Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Charity Rezadeh, Gloria Foster, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Fountain Gerard, Jan Marcus, Al Shapiro, Robert Waldman, Udique Ratz DeLang, Deborah DeLang, Fane Bernstein, Sandra Dizengoff, Karen Nelson, Larry Gassner, Marsha Lloyd, Sharon Everett, Ellen Sopkin, Tim Nelson, Natalie Cruise, Joanne Cohen, Keaton Height, Michael Gerard, Jocelyn Tuchon, Marion Snyders, Bonnie Stead, James Stead, Michelle Weinstein, Greg Doobie, Jennifer Lewis, Chris Scotchy, Dr. Chuck Lieb, Bernard Karmatz, Virginia Guzman, Neen Geffen, Sedel Walsevich, Maury Feingold, Dorothy Morton, Virginia Guzman, Mark Dannenberg, Lisa Hahn, and if you have a name to share, feel free to do so.
Howard Bush, Paul Hochberg, Margie Waldbillig, Mary Ellen DeMarco, and Liam Conejo Ramos.
Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'd like to invite Neil Gerard to share some announcements on behalf of our Board of Trustees.
Shabbat Shalom. I do bring greetings on behalf of your Board of Trustees to those who are joining us in the sanctuary and those who are online. Thank you and Todah Rabbah to Rabbi Kupitz for leading our service and to Cantor Bush for adding his voice and richness to our service. Thanks to Randy Polivoy. I believe you did very well with that selection. Thank you. And also express appreciation to Marcus Gratz-Delane, who handles our technology and keeps us online for those who are unable to be with us in the sanctuary. Mazel tov to Addie and the family. And Addie, thank you for being our teacher this evening. Thank you also to our greeters this evening. Our outside greeters were Joan Gerard and Debbie Harris. Our lobby greeters were Marissa Nicely, and as always, they're coordinated beautifully by Judy Rose. Following tonight's service, we join in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, and refreshments and conversation. Please take the time to say hello to someone new and greet them to help us welcome our guests. Refreshments in our oneg tonight are provided by our B'nai Mitzvah class. Before I highlight a couple of events upcoming, I would like to welcome our guests from Laverne University. It's good to have you here tonight, and encourage you to ask questions following the service. If there's any information you need or follow-up, there's lots of experts here. So we'd love to share our information with you. In terms of upcoming events, on Sunday, this Sunday, the Brotherhood is joining with the Ontario Reign Hockey Program, and tickets are available online. And on February 1st, the women of TBI will present their third annual Tu B'Shvat Seder, both events upcoming. And another event that I want to highlight is actually an exciting announcement. As you noticed when you came in this evening, our gate is motorized. It's working. Shortly, congregants will be invited to pick up gate keys, which will provide access to the temple property when the gate is closed. And you'll get an email or a letter about that. When exiting tonight, please stay to the right side, pull forward, and the gate will open for you. And another important change, the north driveway on Town Avenue is for entrance only, and the south driveway is for exit only. So we're separating the two driveways. So please, if you're coming south on Town Avenue as you need to, please come in the north driveway. If you have any questions, please see me at the oneg, or see Dan White or Marla White, who are leading this important change. Shabbat Shalom.
For those who have been following the gate saga, it's been a long time.
Gate,
I mean, I don't know, Marla, when did we apply for that grant? 5 years ago? 5 years since we started. So it's been a very long process. So I just want to, as that part of this at least has come to fruition, I want to offer a special thanks to Marla, who led the grant process, and Dan, who led the gate building, working with the contractors
Be
process.
careful about using the past tense, please. Who is continuing to lead the process.
So just thank you to both of you for perseverance, I guess would be the word here, 5 years in. So thank you for that. We're going to...
Before we go, I just would like to interject something. We have two important members of our community who are traveling overseas, Motzi Shabbat, after Shabbat. Rabbi Kupitz is headed to Israel, and Marcus Joachim Gratz-Dalang is headed to Holland to spend some time with his family there. And I'll invite us all to turn to page 260. We'll have to do a little creative liturgical adaptions here. You know, it's traditional that the individuals traveling says this just before embarking, but there's nothing wrong with us kind of turning the tenses around and making it third person, and we'll use Marcus and Rabbi Kupitz's name in the beginning and then use the plural for the pronouns after that. So try as you may with me on page 260. I'll do the Hebrew first, just the first two lines. Yi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. May it be your will, our God and God of our ancestors, that you lead Rabbi Kupitz and Marcus in peace and help them reach their destination safely, joyfully, and peacefully. May you protect them on their leaving and on their return, and rescue them from any harm, and may you bless the work of their hands, and may their deeds merit honor for you. Baruch atah Adonai, shomer Yisrael la'ad. Praised are you, Adonai, protector of Israel and all humankind.
Amen. Page 282, middle of the page. Aleinu l'shabeach. I invite everybody who can comfortably do so to please rise.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשי, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Page 294. We take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. We remember the recent deaths of Cameron Serco, son of Holly and Craig. We remember Lauren Cassatt, the sister of Karen Rosenthal. Hildy Stevens Livonian, mother of Terry Hustana. We remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Becky Asher, Minnie Beckerman, Lenore Benjamin, Jacob Brotman, Frank Budrovic, Lou Charloff, Karen Clayman, Betty Fisher, Georgina Geiger, Helen Gross, Florence Harris, Mildred Indursky, Morris J. Karnofsky, Michael J. Katz, Louis K., Oscar Klein, Morris Litwack, Florence Morse, Sylvia Ranich, Ethel Rosenthal, Mark Schaffner, Sheldon Schenfeld, Bernice Siegel. If you're remembering somebody on this Shabbat, would like to add their name to those that I've listed or restate a name that I've listed, please feel free to do so as I come by your row.
Alice Weiner.
If you're in a time of mourning or observing a Yortzeit on this Shabbat, I invite you to rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise and embrace in support of those who mourn. Again, Kaddish is on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, B'yalma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayachon v'yomachon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach l'olam u'lomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yatadar, v'yatalev, v'yatalal, shmei dukudusha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma, v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We're going to conclude with Biyado, which you'll find on page 321. It's the last stanza on the page.
Ve'ado aviduchi, ve'nishan ve'a'ira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira.
My soul I give to you.
My soul I give to you.
My spirit in your care.
My spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Hold me in your hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Safely in your hand.
Safely in your hand.
My soul I give to you.
Be'ado.
My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Adonai li ve'lo ira.
Draw me near.
Ve'imruchi geviati. Adonai li ve'lo ira. My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your
For those who joined us online, thank you for being with us. Shabbat Shalom. For everybody in the sanctuary, please join us in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, refreshments, conversation. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. One additional thing that wasn't mentioned, tomorrow night begins Holocaust Memorial Day commemoration sponsored by our Jewish Federation. Please tune in online to see the 25-hour naming of the names. The ceremony begins at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. It's live from Pasadena Civic Center, but it will be online for 25 hours. A number of us are participating, and we hope you can join us. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.